ThaGuyXii.
Hey man, welcome back to my channel. Where we last left. Damn, hold on. Rewind. Um, shit. I'm kind of speeding it up a little bit. I need to backtrack a little bit. This is part 9. Batman's second son. Where we last left off, I was doing a little bit of explanation about some things. It was from Bruce's perspective and a little bit of Amanda Waller, and then a few other new characters that I added in. But it wasn't like supposed to be nothing too revealing and too crazy. I did drop a few hints about a few things. So if people did catch it and they did put stuff together, that'd be cool. But yeah, I wasn't trying to reveal all the cards. I just wanted a little buffer episode to help me, be able to go through the comments and process where we were going with this story. Because yeah, I can do shit on my own, but I do like to like incorporate y'all ideas and put that shit into, because I feel like it makes it more fun. Because I could just go my route, and like that is fun to a certain extent, but like when y'all throw different things at me and it make me think differently, and then I'll be like, oh shit, I gotta be able to move this around, and I can do this and I can do that, and things start to connect in ways that I didn't believe it could connect at first. So yeah, that was cool. And if you got any ideas, make sure y'all still be commenting the ideas and whatnot, because I'm making sure I'm reading through all the comments, scanning through them, even on the older videos. So I'm still scanning through everything, making sure that I'm up on what's going on. If in a way, I kind of became Batman, because I can't let no information slide past me. But anyway, let me get back into the story. So where I last left off in part 8, it was a time skip of 2 months, because some things was getting set up, some plays was being made, Gotham was shifting more so than anybody could prepare for. And yeah, but y'all not really worried about that. Y'all worried about Casper. But talking about Casper, in those 2 months, um, a lot have happened to him, and he went through a few evolutions of sort, where they were like evolution as in growth, development, changes, and whatnot, mentally and physically. So physically, he did change a little bit more. He did get a little stockier, a little bigger. Not too much so, but if you was to compare the older him, like before time skip to new time skip him, he would look anorexic compared to how he is now. So that changed. A few other things changed, but we gonna get to that when we get to it. The most important thing is the mental part. As far as the current body that he resides in, he have all of the memories of this body and this world from that body and from that perspective now. And that came from over the time skip, him learning to balance and take breathers, meditate. And, he just did a bunch of things that help ease the subconscious to the conscious state, so it happened faster. Like he could sit in there and he was like trying to download it off data. Then he realized, oh shit, I could just put it on my Wi-Fi, or better yet, put an Ethernet cable in this bitch, and like it just zoomed through. And that's pretty much what he did. So he kind of up on a lot of things mentally, but it did like in a way take a toll on him, because the identity crisis he was dealing with it's not really going away anytime soon because now he have a whole new name and a whole new identity and a whole new, you know what I'm saying? And he did live completely different. Like he lived isolated and he grew up kind of militant where it was like everything had to be on a set schedule. Every given day, excuse me, every given day was it was different, but it was to challenge him at something. And it was always targeted towards his weak spots. They never did any activity he was good at that he was immediately good at ever again. It was always just probing for his weaknesses. And you know what I'm saying? He was a non-confrontational type of person before Casper started, possessing and, piloting and whatnot. But he was a non-confrontational person. He didn't really like violence. He didn't really like to fight or anything like that. But he kind of got forced to. He would get like they would just swing on him. He would if he didn't fight back, he just got his ass beat that day. And there's only so much you can take of literally getting hit on before you just start fighting back. And that was just the environment from 10 to fucking 15 when he finally was like, fuck this, I'm gone. So that's a little bit more on the background of what was going on there and what even led him to, follow his heart and end up in Gotham. And he ended up exactly where he needed to be, like predestinedly in a way, because he got exactly where he needed to be, like lines to aptitude, everything perfectly lined up for when Casper died, went through the transition, got talked to, and then got shifted off. And everything kind of felt exactly planned in a way. And, it could just be coincidence, you know what I'm saying? It could be destiny, or it could be some higher powers plan and meddling with a few things. But who knows? But as far as everything else, he been doing Casper. He been doing pretty well. He finally started going to school, and he picked to go to school with Kanan and Eric and them and Grace. It was all of them go to the same school. They just never really hung out together. So like it was like they went to the same school, but they never really ran into each other. They never really noticed each other because it was just like background characters. So in a way, they all got tied together because of the people he knows. So it's either because of Kanan or because somebody Erica knew, and that's kind of how his group of the people he talked to kind of got knitted in with each other. So they don't really talk, but they are aware of each other now. So if they see each other in the hallway, they know, oh, that's Casper friend, or that's and that's kind of how it worked out. As far as uh street life, no Zach and Cody, but it been going pretty smoothly as far as the business side of things. He kind of passed everything over to Kanan, and that's kind of like Kanan thing and his responsibility now because he's transitioning into what I'm saying, moving under Bane. And like he was doing good. He was doing good for the organization and whatnot. It's been 2 months. He been putting in work. But like at the same time, Bane don't really like wanna put him on because he's still kinda a kid. Like he a man, but at the same time, Bane don't really you know what I'm saying? He like, hey, mate, come back when you 18. And you know what I'm saying? He like, why do I have to wait? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So he had a little face to face with Bane at least once. And from Bane's perspective, it was like, okay, he's smart, he's driven, you know what I'm saying? He pretty much everything he would need in a right hand is just the age. So he like, all right. He allowed Casper to operate within his territory and do little odd jobs for him occasionally. But as far as like completely accepting him into the ranks, he's still kind of off and iffy about that. But if he ever needed a fucking recommendation or you know what I'm saying, he could get it because like I said, he still do odd jobs and shit for Bane. If Bane needs something, and he like, damn, who can I get to do it? Where it's like almost guaranteed that it's gonna happen. And for that amount of trust to be built up in 2 months, you can tell Casper he was going crazy. Cause there's more so stealing some shit from here, delivering shit from there, making sure shipments don't get hit, certain things like that. And Casper, you know, he was using his mind, his you know how and whatnot, and he was making sure that shit happened. They did have like a little bulk deal going on because Casper did kind of just so ever so slightly bring up the fact that I'm saying he had some important some performance enhancers, and Bane he loved him some performance enhancers. So I'm saying, hey, drugs that's gonna make me stronger. Come on, man. Like so, Bane he got like an exclusivity deal going on with Casper as far as like the red light go. So he was like, as far as red light, he basically want Casper to only sell to him, right? But like anything else he got, he don't like he ain't gonna take or mess with anything else. But as far as red light, he want that to be an exclusive Bane product that get made for Bane. And Casper, he like, right now it seemed like it would kind of be a loss, but not really, because who else could he sell to? There's not too many people that will even be able to afford them on a regular basis. With Bane not only buying them a higher price than they supposed to be, but he's buying in bulk. And I ain't talking about like, oh, like 100. No, nigga, he buying like thousands of these little fucking pills at a time. So he making decent amount of money. His money, like his net worth, his net income is fucking high. On top of the fact that since they get to move around in Bane's area without really being, what I'm saying, being pressed or anything like that. Cause most of the Bane niggas, they kinda military like. So if one of them know you, odds are all of them will know you. Or at least have heard about you. Because they don't really do that, oh, only certain people should know thing. Because if Bane say he's okay to be here, they need to make sure everybody knows that's under Bane knows not to fuck with him. Because if they do, now they basically spitting in Bane's face, and Bane don't take disrespect from nobody. So, them backbreakers will start coming through. But but as far as the Bane side, that's pretty much what's been happening. So through being like associated with Bane, he don't work for Bane, but through having a deal and being associated with Bane, he got more streets, more avenues, more things he can push out what he's doing too. And obviously, he stepped away from the super like the more addictive shit. He pretty much just in the line of work of party drugs and shit that's gonna make you feel good, but don't really have any real consequences behind them. Besides probably like headache or what I'm saying, some small little tiny little things. But that's just so you don't just constantly keep doing it behind each other, back to back, back to back, back to back. It's just like something that at least give niggas a grace period before they do it again. And that was just like it wasn't needed. He could take that out if he wanted to, but he left that and he kind of enhanced it a little bit because he do, what I'm saying, he don't want people overly indulging in it. Even though he could make more money that way, But to him, it's not really about the money. The money is just a means to an end for something he need. But he ain't really trying to like hurt nobody permanently off the shit he make. He was more so doing what he had to do in the beginning, but now that he got like more, he got more liberties, more freedom to move how he want to. It's better for him because now he can make sure that it's exactly how he want it to be. He don't have to make hard decisions. Well, harder decisions than necessary. So that happened on the Bane side, and through Bane, he had became known to majority of the rogues that care because Bane he's like the one of the head honchos if we was to put it in perspective of people who run Gotham. He got the biggest chunk besides Joker. And then everybody else just got their own little sections, little neighborhoods and whatnot. But as far as like widespread quantity is Bane and Joker. Joker still underground, that shit still kind of, tweaking with that nigga Casper a little bit because Joker not being in the limelight, not doing shit, not being accounted for. That's kind of fucking scary, but nothing happened. So he's still, trying to make sure that he can get information if somebody has spotted him or not, and he have been building his own information network of sort. You know what I'm saying, through street level people, and it get passed around pretty decently. You know what I'm saying. People know, hey, if we give anonymous information, they get paid, and it might not be a lot, but fucking an extra $100 here, extra $200 there, who wouldn't take it? So people do kind of pass off information. His higher rank, his higher ring. What I'm saying, the working girls and whatnot. Well, they not working girls no more, but like, them, the girls that work in like nightclubs and strip clubs and what I'm saying, and party events and all of that. He get information from that too. So he kind of expanding a little bit slowly underneath everybody else, which is what makes it so much better for him because he is expanding, but like nobody can see how far his reach is. But like I was trying to say, through knowing Bane, a few other people have became aware of him, and that's Penguin, like Black Mask, because he do kind of pay attention. Him and Bane are kind of competitors in the sense that like they both like they do similar things. Bane's just better, but the other part of what Black Mask does is like extortion, kidnapping, that type shit. And yeah, yeah. Bane don't fuck with that. Casper don't fuck with that. So like, obviously, Black Mask and Casper got nothing to talk about. But as far as on the Penguin side, Penguin, he more so like he want Casper to work under him, but at the same time, Casper not trying to get paid in fish. So so they not really clicking. He keep offering him deals, but what I'm saying, he like, I don't know. I kind of do like being on my own, and if I was to work under somebody, I kind of had my eyes set on working under Bane. And when he say shit like that, Penguin be like, fuck, because he don't really want to rub elbows with fucking Bane, especially over a promising prospect like this. And the reason everybody be kind of wanting him is because how promising he is. Like, it haven't really been anybody this promising from they side of things. Like they have seen some promising children, but it's always been some fucking Robins who've been beating them in the head, smacking R's across their head and their chest, hitting backflips off the buildings power kneeing them and shit. They seen some promising children, but just never on their side. So he be you know what I'm saying, he got a little deal going with him where he buy, real life and bliss and bulk, because he do got the iceberg lounge to himself now. So he been making more money through that by exclusively, what I'm saying, having the craziest fucking designer drug on the market right now in his club. So he make money through that. And another thing is he kind of got like this deal thing going with Ivy. And what I mean by that is Ivy, she liked this thing that he made. It was an experimental thing he was playing around with, because him knowing Bane, he did get his hand on some venom, and then what I'm saying, it was just perfect timing. Like, he seen the opportunity to do it, and he only grabbed a tiny bit because he only needed a tiny bit amount that wasn't even being noticed by anybody. But as you can see, he already did his little slippy sleight of hand thing to get what he wanted. And the worst part is that Bane never knew what he genuinely wanted. He knew he wanted something, because Bane not stupid. But the forefront of his mind is to make money. His fucking objective behind that was to get Venom. Either A, he was gonna get so close to Bane that he could just ask for it, or he was just gonna, what I'm saying, be close enough to Bane where Bane didn't suspect him needing it. And hey, it happened. He got it. And he been kind of tweaking with that a little bit. And he ended up making some experimental stuff. And it still don't really have a name, but like, it's cool for what it do. It don't really boost your power or anything like that, but it do boost your regenerative capabilities. So in a way, it gives whoever takes it a healing factor. Not for long, but it's perfect. It's like perfect cellular makeup copy. It's almost like fucking having the stem cells regularly available. So if you cut your arm off, you will just regrow a whole new arm. And the reason I be like it is because if she crush it down and put in some water and water her fucking plants with them, they grow faster and they healthier. They absorb they go through photosynthesis better and more efficiently. And anything that fucking help her plant, she behind. So she buy from him, but she more so be trying to use her feminine charms to get it for free, because that's something she used to. And since Casper, he know about Ivy. He know that, hey, if she kiss you, she can kind of fucking control you, and he don't know if he got a thing that can stop that from happening. So before it even happened, and before she can take control of him, he just makes sure that he don't get too close to her. But she is gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? He do like to look at her and shit, because, hey, come on now, who wouldn't? But at the same time, he got to play safe, because if he don't and she do fucking get him, and then she start asking him questions that he can't really lie to her about because he's under fucking control, then a lot about him that don't need to be known will be out there in the open. A lot about the shit that he know about will be in the open. So, what I'm saying, it's tragic, but he can't have no type of fun with Ivy. Tragic, at least for now. But tragic. But she bought from him, and she don't do it too often, because he be telling her it's experimental. It's really hard to completely make it exactly the same every time, which it's not. It's really not. But like, when somebody blowing your phone up every day, you know what I'm saying, asking you if you got the shit, you kind of gotta put a little bit of distance between y'all. So that's the whole Ivy side. And he do odd jobs for her too. So the people he worked for, in a way, because he's kind of like a freelance free agent of sort between Penguin, Ivy, and Bane, but more so Bane than the rest of them. Penguin's the least, because Penguin's he's cheap. I ain't gonna lie, he a cheap ass nigga. He don't really like to spend money. But if it's something that he know is really important, then he'd be like, damn, maybe I might need to call the little expert. But you know that that's pretty much what's been happening. Pre time skip for the last 2 months or so. Yeah, I've been noticing small changes in the neighborhood that he live in. Like, construction work have been starting to happen on a few of the vacant buildings around the little boarding house that he live in, and they've been setting up like surveillance cameras and all types of crazy shit. And he like, it's kind of weird, but at the same time, I mean, it ain't too crazy. Batman like activity have been going up, and like he don't really know who Batman really scrapping with all the time, because majority of the time he's fighting like no named, like little street level crooks that they don't really know what they're doing, or they just hopped off the porch and thought they were gonna make some noise for themselves, and they hopped off the porch into a hospital, and they not coming back. They're not coming back to these streets. It's dangerous, but treacherous even. But as far as what happened the night before, it was a it was it was a kind of an attack on Black Mass. And what I mean by attack on Black Mass, it was like, it's not like a little petty little tit for tat. Like, somebody like genuinely tried to knock this nigga head off. So that's something that's been in the process. It been a thing, and like he don't even know who could have done it or why they doing it. But they ain't got nothing to do with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just not his problem. Until it become like higher scaled enough where it can affect the people he care about and what he got going on, then it kind of become his problem. But at the same time, he have kind of thought about just taking Black Mass off the board, like off the chessboard entirely, and replacing him. Because Black Mass do got a lot of sway. He do got a lot of subordinates. He do got a lot of things going on in networks that he have. Some of the shit he do, Casper just wouldn't be behind, so that part of the business would get cut off. But as far as location, availability, and like people, he got them. So that's still something he got stewing, because you're like, if they already trying to kill Black Mass, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he a little devious. I ain't gonna lie. He thinking like maybe he should just fucking kill Black Mass and get it over with. But then again, he ain't got the weaponry he would want to even go at the Mass. Cause right now, him and Kanan got one gun that they name that they've been fucking sharing. Like, they sharing sticks, but they only got one gun that they name. So it just is harder. But enough of that explanation. I think y'all got a tiny gist of what was going on. I can actually start moving forward. But right now, currently, Casper is in school, and bruh, his school is like super alumni friendly, super. It's just it's how do I explain? It's it's just it's kind of uncomfortable to him, because he never been in a school where every single one of the teachers care, like they all care about their students. So like, you're bound to have at least 4 or 5 teachers that are your favorite teachers, because every teacher care. Every teacher makes sure that every kid feel like they matter. They involved in all of everything that's going on with them. He just got in. The nigga's he's a junior, so he just got in, and as far as like transcript and whatnot, they couldn't get his transcript because they got blocked, like from the school he came from, and that it was just a process that they needed his foster parents to do some shit, and he don't have no contact with them, so it got blocked, and they was like, damn, you gonna have to make up for your freshman and sophomore year, and he was like, yeah, okay, it is what it is. Like, he just want to make sure that he get his education and whatnot. So they got him on some crazy ass fucking like online shit, and it goes from basically it's a plan where they're like, okay, it's like he will be taking 2 years, well, two fucking semesters at once, like, so he got freshman classes, right, and then he's in his junior year, right, but then when he become a senior, he'll be doing sophomore and senior shit together, because he'll be doing some on the computer, then some in class. And they was like, if you stick to this curriculum and he move at a certain pace, he should still graduate and walk across the stage with all his peers. And they talking, making sure he feel like he can do it, because it is hard, but at the same time they encouraging him to to at least feel like he can do it. And if he need help, he gets stuck on anything, there are still teachers he can go to after school that can help him. He could take extra hours and come early, and it's some teachers that be there early to make sure that they get some lesson plans and shit for certain students that's not really understanding what's going on in a class. So this school is highly advanced and super involved, and that just kind of it's kind of a little intimidating to him, because he thinking like, damn, what the fuck do they get out of doing this? Like, everybody care, everybody's nice, what the fuck? Like, that's just kind of a little off. But then again, if you would have knew who is the director of the school, and who made sure the hiring process of all these people, and who made all that shit happen, you will know why it's only good people here that actually genuinely care. But he don't know all that. He don't know who's in the school fucking top administrator and none of that. So to him, it's just like a random fucking school with fucking random great teachers, and all the teachers want to be good, and they all great. But that's kind of how it's going. As far as the classes, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. He did need to do a bit where it comes to like refreshing, going through his memories on the Wanderer side, and then also making sure he go to the library and refresh himself on some of the basics when it comes to trigonometry and all that shit. And it's just so that he know that the information that he know in his head is still applicable and usable here, which it is some of the time. So he doing pretty well. Most of the classes, because it ain't like he got to take one class that they force him to lock into, and then he got to complete that to move on. They allow him to see all the classes he needs to take, and then he could just go through all of them individually, and he can keep rotating through all the classes, and that's just so he don't get bored or stuck and anything like that. So since they gave him the freedom to do that, he been basically going through all the classes, right? He get a certain percentage done with the class, so he's just about to get his credit for it, and then he'll stop, and then he'll leave it at that certain percentage, because he don't want to just fucking like, oh, they just gave you all these classes yesterday, and then he come in fucking the next day and he's just done with all of it, because like, like he could do that, But at the same time, they already pushing this nigga to want to go to college. They already trying to make him apply for fucking scholarships and grants and all type. Like they just they care too much. And he like, bro, if they know that I'm a fucking super genius, I'm never gonna hear the end of it. I'm never gonna have no free time. I'm gonna be in school literally 24/7 because they gonna find something for me to do. They probably gonna fucking force him to meet alumni and fucking people that attended the school before. They gonna fucking probably force this nigga to go for a student body fucking like anything on the student council or anything like that. And he ain't got time for that shit. So he gonna go at a pace that's fast but still slow. Because he only got a few things that he gotta do, then he just get his credit. And he can leave it there for months now that he got it all pretty much completed. So he can just be like, okay, this month I'm gonna complete this class. Then I'm gonna wait until next month and I'm gonna just complete this one. And then I'm waiting until next month, and he just gonna go like that because that's still pretty fast. But at the same time, you know, he hoping that nobody really paid too much attention to that. But as far as his normal in school classes, they kind of treat it like a college. Like if you want to leave class, you can. Like you don't really have to ask to get up and leave. You can just get up and leave when you want to, as long as you know the lesson plan and you know what's going on and you there for the tests and you can pass the tests. You are allowed a lot of freedom. Which that's the part he fuck with a lot because sometimes he just don't want to sit in class all the fucking time. So they do allow them to have the freedom of feeling like they are already in college and they already are adults, and they give them that responsibility of already feeling like they're adults. They talk to them like they're adults and shit because they pre-prepping them to go to college. But that's also better for them because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, they be in school and they getting treated like kids when they probably already working a job. You know, they probably already, you know what I'm saying, dealing with real world shit. And they go to school to be treated like kids and they told to sit in their desk until the bell ring and then they dismiss you whenever the fuck they feel like. And you gotta ask to go to the bathroom. Stupid shit like that. They just make you feel like, bro, are we in fucking kindergarten? So with that freedom, you know what I'm saying, they do allow you to leave school early as long as you up on all your classes and all your teachers, you know, sign off on it. So that's a cool thing that he most definitely gonna start abusing. But the schools thing is cool. Ain't nothing crazy happening where I need to go like in depth to like let some shit be known. Like he got like he got some fans because, you know what I'm saying, and they kinda Instagram famous, you know what I'm saying, locally because I mean, look at the nigga like and then he hang out with Kanan and you know Kanan was already kinda a little famous because you know he played basketball and football. So like he already had a little bit of you know that town hood like clout of sorts. Where it's like, oh yeah, he already got some highlight reels. You know, niggas already know his name. Niggas already scouting him. But as far as like, he ain't getting too many offers because you know that that record of his, it wasn't really good. Like he good at the sport, but he's still kind of like a danger to have because you know the excessive violence and you know what I'm saying car stealing and all that other extra shit. But anyway, now that I got all the explanation shit out the way, I can finally just get into the story. 38 minutes in. I don't know how long it's gonna be when I add the intro, but it's pretty fucking deep in. And basically, like I said, you know what I'm saying, he can't leave school early, so he most definitely choosing to leave school early today. And he he got this thing where he makes sure that he restock for Kanan because Kanan he do shit on, you know, on the street level still what they was doing at first, but he don't never ask for like a re-up until he's completely out of everything. And Casper hate that shit because it's just so unnecessary. It's like by the time you get down to a quarter of everything, you should already have put in an order. So like you can still have stuff to sell, and then you already know something's coming. You don't just completely run out, and then you ask because it don't take him time to make this shit. But at the same time, if he's busy, he might not be able to do it. And he have been getting busier because now he go to school. You know what I'm saying? He got a balance, kind of like a fucking school life friendship thing with his acquaintances, and then like some of the girls that he know, they be asking him to go places and shit. So like he kind of got to balance a lot of things now, and like it's really hard for a nigga like him who don't want to do anything. So most times he be busy, so he don't really have time to fucking just slide through and make a bunch of fucking drugs and then leave. And then he don't want to make too much before it's needed, cause then they just bring it too much risk. So he got in his car. He still got his Mustang and shit. He get in his car. He drive to Kanan house because what I'm saying, Kanan, it's his brother's house, but his brother ain't gonna be there for a long time. So it's basically just Kanan's house. He got a key to it because they bros, they locked in like that. So he put his key in the door, and like right when he started turning the doorknob, he fell off. You know what I'm saying? He's smelling weird scents in the house that he ain't never smelled before. So he opened the door, and he acted normal, but then again, like he looking at the ground, he closing the door and stuff, and he looking around, and he just seeing shit have been touched, moved slightly. You know what I'm saying? Because he remember exactly what it looked like the last time he was here, and Kanan don't really go there too often. So even before he like, man, it could be Kanan, he texts him to make sure because that's the type of person he is. And he's like, hey, you been to the crib? Like you been to the crib? And he like, nah. Me and Kelly be, what I'm saying, hanging out and shit. I be crashing at her place and shit. And he like, oh, okay, for sure. And Kanan, he do ask his questions when he can, and he like, why? And he like, I'm gonna tell you about it later. So now that he see that, what I'm saying, he kind of nailed down a little bit. He looking at the carpet and shit, and that's what it looks like. But what I'm saying, he developed a few new things over the time skip, and he can change his vision, so he can change what what I'm saying. What how do I explain it? It's like he got multiple different spectrums of vision now. So he got radiation, he got heat, he got night vision. It's just thermal. He got a bunch of different spectrums of vision. So he looking at the ground and he's saying, what I'm saying, somebody have came through here. They tracked through here. It was two different people. What I'm saying? One was bigger than the other. So he looking at the shoe size and whatnot, seeing exactly what type of what I'm saying, treads on the bottom of the booster was. He determined that it was a man and a woman, that came through here. And he stand up, he started looking around. He see that, they kind of was moving through his bitch. You know what I'm saying? He see cameras, he see mics, and he like, oh damn. So he know because Kanan already asked for a re-up. So he know it ain't nothing here because that's just how Kanan operates. So in a way, they probably just got the luckiest they ever been in their life. Because they operate how Casper like to operate, they probably would have got fucking caught with a crazy amount of shit. But he don't know yet. So, he go to the basement door. The basement door got like its own separate lock. And it got its own alarm system that's connected to a generator that's in the basement. So you can't just cut the power from the outside and then get into the basement. Because they basically on two different power grids now. So he get in there, the alarm going off, he put the password in, he closed the door behind him, he lock it. he started going down the stairs and he checked the basement. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no cameras or anything like that. And then the windows for the basement, like, you know what I'm saying, they already spray painted them, blacked them out on both sides. So he ain't worried about that. So he like, all right, so they wasn't in the basement. He check around, it ain't nothing in there. He like, okay. Ooh. Ooh. By the skin of his fucking teeth. Right? So he like, all right, so they didn't go into the basement because either they couldn't get into the basement or they knew it would be too risky to go into the basement. Either way, they didn't go into the basement. But the rest of the house, he needs to check. So he going floor to floor. You know what I'm saying? He walking around. It's the master bedroom where Kanan be at. It used to be his brother's room, but he took that room because it's the biggest. It got its own bathroom. And his brother ain't gonna be here. So, you know what I'm saying? Why not? It's the room where he moved all his brother's stuff into, which the door is locked. And nobody go in there. So like it's really no point of anybody going in there because it just be them two or whoever fucking else Kanan invite over. And if fucking Erica slide through and she chill with him, and Amber is like her fucking +1, she's always there. So with Erica, she never there by herself. But if Erica's there, then fucking Amber's there. So he checking around. He touched the lock, and you know what I'm saying, he realized, you know, it ain't got no dust on it no more. It's kind of unsettled. So he like, yeah, somebody been in there. But he ain't about to go in there because he got no reason to. He just checking, and he like, yeah, they been all through the house. And a sense of, you know what I'm saying, a sense of violation is most definitely in this nigga heart because he feel like he got violated a little bit, not privacy wise, but like also in the sense that it's like this shit kind of illegal. Like if this is the police, or because right now he's thinking it's the police, or you know what I'm saying, it's something like that. That shit highly fucking illegal, especially for no reason, because they don't make too much traction for them niggas to even take notice of them. Especially with all the other fucking criminals that's going on all through Gotham. So then he start to sit there. He start to really like think about it, and he's like, "Is it even the police?" Because it's unlikely. As you run the scenario through his head, it's just unlikely that it would be the police. Because they don't ever see any signs of, you know what I'm saying, increase in police fucking patrolling around this area or anything like that. They kind of stay up on shit like that. You know, they got a little police scanner and shit. So they make sure they stay up on what's going on and they kind of in the loop. So you're like, if it was police, they would have been noticed signs of it a long time ago. But it could still be. And he is the type where he don't just completely discard a thought, even though it seemed unlikely. Because the possibility is still there. It's just smaller than the other possibilities. But the possibility of it being a cop is still there. So he ain't about to just completely, you know, crumple up the paper and throw it away. So he go into his room and he realized that, you know what I'm saying, the room that he normally be crashing in is it's heavily more surveillance and more shit going on in the room he be in than anywhere else in the house. So then he like, yeah, it's not the police. So he like, all right. He got a feeling he know who it is, but at the same time, he could be wrong. But it's just a gut feeling. It's just a really bad, you know, gut feeling. And he like, bro, if it is them, how the fuck did they even find him? Like, what? And why now? But he's not really too worried about it. He's like, all right, they bugged up our entire fucking house. So he leaving out. You know what I'm saying? He went in there. He basically just changed clothes because the school he go to is it is like well, it used to be a public school, but now it's a private school of sorts. And how I mean, it's like semi in the middle. So it's still public, but it operates and is fancy like a fucking private school. So he do gotta wear a uniform. So he switch out his uniform. He put it in the closet. He put on some normal clothes and shit. Know what I'm saying? Uh, he going to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? He checking his mirror. His you know what I'm saying? He got like you know what I'm saying? Like Tylenol and all types of little over the counter shit in his mirror. And then he had like some medication that he was taking for his headache and shit. And it was some special shit that he made. He basically just took, you know what I'm saying, like a bunch of the different headache medication and then just combined them together. And then he put a little bit of like that feeling of melatonin in that motherfucker. So, you know, not only do it get rid of your headache and make you, you know, more sleepy and shit so you can fall asleep better, you know, recover faster and whatnot. And that was like the precursor to the shit he was making where it just basically give you a healing factor. So he checking through some shit, you know what I'm saying? He open it up, he take one out and you know what I'm saying, he pop it. He got a little cup in there, he get some water, he drink it. But the reason he took it is to count how many was in there, which three of them are missing. And you know what I'm saying? As y'all can clearly see, this nigga, like, for everybody that's watching, if it is like multiple people watching him, or if it is just the two people that were watching him, he don't never do nothing where you can directly tell what he's doing. It just seemed like he's going about life normally. Like they don't have no idea that he know about the cameras. They don't have nothing because when he knelt down, he was taking his shoes off. So like in the living room, when he knelt down and shit, he was just taking his shoes off. So like that's not really suspicious. He went around the house, you know what I'm saying? He was touching fucking the walls and shit. Fucking he went in Kane's room, stole some shit from his room. So it just seemed like normal roommate shit. Cause then it got a little mini fridge in there. It just seemed like normal roommate shit. He just went in there, grabbed something from his room, closed the door. So it ain't noticeable what he's doing. So then he count them. He like, damn, somebody throw three of them. And he know Kanan wouldn't take anything in his cabinet without asking because he already learned his lesson about just grabbing shit from here and taking it. Cause this shit is strong. It's not like some low level shit. So he like, all right. You know what I'm saying? He put the cap back on. He put it back in the mirror. He closed the mirror and shit. He looking in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? He kind of looking at himself. He check his hair and stuff. Uh, and then he looked. You know what I'm saying? He has been learning how to do his own hair because you know what I'm saying. Anytime he asked Erica to do his hair and shit, you know Amber beat her, and it's just getting annoying at this point. Like he not annoyed to the point where it's like he can't deal with it. It's just like the situation is just avoidable, so he's gonna try to avoid it. Erica like doing his hair. Know what I'm saying? She be asking him if he need his hair done and shit like that. But at the same time, he just know it's odds are it's just gonna be a situation that he don't want. But right now he got like how do I explain it? It's basically like cornrows per se, but it's just two big braids that go to the back. And you know what I'm saying? They got little black rubber bands on them. Y'all know them black rubber bands, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know. And it just basically it's like having two horns that just go towards the back. So he taking the rubber bands off. You know what I'm saying? He throwing them in the trash and shit. And then he just start taking his hair down. And right now, you know, it's all out. It's like what is it like crinkled? That's what I say because it's like curled. It's still curly. and it's not laying flat yet. So it looked like kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? He got his little spray bottle. You know what I'm saying? He picked it a little bit. He hit it with the spray bottle and shit. And then now it looked pretty good. And it just looked like a bunch of fucking curls. And he like, he could leave it out for a little bit. So then he leave, and he didn't want to get in. He didn't want to go in and go out too fast because that's kind of suspicious. So he just was like, I'm just gonna ignore the fucking cameras. I'm gonna just act like they not there, and I'm gonna just do what I normally would do, and behave normally. So he leaving out. He about to go to his car, and then he run back up the stairs, and he go all the way back to his room. He grab his phone off the bed, and then he put it in his pocket, and then he run back out, and then he close and lock the door and shit. And then he get in the car and he pull off, which is all intentional. Everything he did was intentional. So now he driving. You know what I'm saying? He opened the glove box of his car. You know, he got another phone in there. You know, a little burner phone. Any criminal, you got more than one phone. If you're a criminal, you got more than one phone. So he grabbed his burner phone. He texts Kanan's burner phone because you know what I'm saying, he got that nigga on that, you know, on that type of wavelength, on that movement. So he takes his burner and he was like, hey, meet me in a what the fuck? Like, it's basically an area they go to in the woods. And he was like, make sure you park your car where we normally park our cars. You gotta track through. He's like, damn. Alright. So I'm gonna say it's like probably an hour or so later. Cause they go pretty deep into the woods and shit. So like Casper, he already there. It's like, you know what I'm saying, little spray painted targets, you know, paint cans, bottles, all type of shit. All throughout here. Little metal, little stop signs and shit. Because this is where they go to practice shooting. Cause like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying, they share a blick. They share a blick, but this is where they go to practice shooting and shit. And it's more so for Kanan than it is for Casper, because he really can't miss. Like, if he intentionally want to miss, that's what happens. But if he want to hit, it's gonna hit. And ever since, you know, the whole eye change thing, it only got better. So he already out here, you know what I'm saying? He already, you know what I'm saying, shooting and shit. So Kanan, he woke up. He's like, damn. Shit, I hope this was important, bro, because you know I hate fucking taking this walk. And he's like, it is. It's really important. You know what I'm saying? You know, he fucking unload the gun, you know, cock that mother back to take the bullet out the chamber. He put the gun on a little stand, and you look at him, and he's like, remember when I was telling you about my upbringing? And he like, yeah, when you said you was on some shit. I don't even know how to describe your type of upbringing. Shoot, I'll say fucking watchdog ish, fucking soldier type mentality type shit. And he like, yeah. And he like, yeah. And you said you ran away because, you know what I'm saying, you want fuck with that. He like, yeah. But let's just say that situation found me again. And Kenny like, what? What the fuck? What you mean they found you again? I thought you said, you know what I'm saying, they didn't know where you went. And he's like, they didn't. But somehow they found me. I don't know how, but they did. Because we got cameras all through the fucking spot. And he's like, oh shit, for real? He's like, yeah. Like, why would I lie about this? Why would I be joking? And he's like, I mean, it was nothing there though. And he was like, yeah, luckily, I was about to fucking, you know what I'm saying, drop some shit off today, but they didn't go into the basement. Whether they knew they couldn't or it was just by pure fucking coincidence that they didn't go in the basement. But everywhere else throughout the house is dead. Bugs, fucking mics, all that. Just cameras, everything. The whole works. And he like, damn, on some straight CIA shit. And he like, yeah. And he's sitting there, you know what I'm saying? He rubbing his chin and shit. And he think, damn, bro, how the fuck did they find him? You know, Kanan, he like, damn, so that means we gonna have to push pause on business. And he like, fuck no. He like, what? He said, fuck no. He like, bro, we're being watched. He was like, yeah, but shit, we can't stop now. Nigga, we already came too far. Already got a good thing going with the fucking the Bane IB Penguin deal shit that we got. And he was like, oh shit. You wouldn't tell me about that. He was like, fuck, yeah, it was supposed to be a fucking surprise, but yeah, I worked it out. It's going well, actually. He was like, shit, all right. So he was like, yeah, that shit is already going smoothly. We already put enough money into the fucking the network, so we getting a decent amount of information. It ain't too much that's going on that we don't really know about or can't learn about why it's happening or after it happened. So that shit, we got that. I just need to find out how to get rid of this situation. And he was like this Kanan, of course. He was like, what do you mean get rid of? Like you talking about like old boy get rid of, or and he's like, shit, if I have to. And he's like, yo, they might not be your blood parents, but bro, they still raised you, bro. Like, and he look at that nigga. He looking at him. He got that Batman stare. That you know when that nigga get serious, and he like, damn boy, like for real. And he's like, shit, hey, they getting in the way of my future. And he's like, damn, like I know you said your upbringing was fucking terrible, but like maybe they had a reason for why they did what they did. You ain't never think like that. And he was like, nah, I did. I did think they had a reason for what they did. Because it makes sense for them not to. But at the same time, I cut ties with them. Meaning I don't want to be bothered. They wanna come and do this shit and then just think like is this good? It's cool? No, fuck no. And he's like, fuck. And he's like, what do your foster parents even do as a job? And he was like, I don't fucking know. I never seen them leave the house. When I was there and I was growing up, like they never left. They was always there. Like creepily so. But we did live kind of middle class actually. And he started rubbing his chin. He was like, hold on, how the fuck? And he's like, I don't know what the fuck they did. I don't know what job they had or anything like that. How the fuck did they afford the shit that and he started rubbing his chin some more? And you're like, yeah, like I was saying, a lot of this shit don't add up. No, Kanan, he in front of the little platform they got out there, and he loads the gun, he starts shooting. He like, look, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but at the same time, I am gonna tell you that you got to think about the consequences of what we do. Because right now everything going pretty smoothly. I understand how you feel. And he was like, "Do you?" He was like, "Not really, not at all." But at the same time, that is my house, and they kind of broke into my house and bugged my house up. So like, I do have stakes in this to feel a certain type of way. And he was like, "Yeah, you do, but you don't even fucking be there." So like, he was like, "You don't even." Well, yeah, you do. You be there more than I do. So shit, damn. And he just starts shooting. And Casper like, all right, I'm gonna need a favor. He was like, From me? It's like, no, not from you. And then he pulled the burner out, and you know what I'm saying, he called her number. You know, she pick up and she like, oh, Drag, hi. You need something? And he like, yeah. Remember the little gift you gave me a little while back? And she like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna need more of those. Or if anything, if you got any bigger toys. And she like, I don't really know. Like that's not really her thing per se. Like as far as like small things, yeah, she could probably get him another one, maybe another few actually. But as far as like anything bigger than that, like she don't know. And he's like, uh, it don't really matter. I'm gonna send the money to the basically the equivalent to their cash app, right? And he just want her to get what she can get. And she like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, when I have it, you will know. And then he hang up. And then he's like, damn, who the fuck could I go to? And then he stand up. And you know, Kanan, he done shooting and shit. He looking at him. This nigga smiling. He like, what the fuck are you smiling about? He's like, Bane. What the fuck? He smack his forehead. Like, I'm so fucking stupid. Why didn't I just? So he called Bane, right? Bane pick up. He's like, hello there, little one. You need something? He's like, yeah. This might sound strange, but I need some guns. And he's like, well, guns is what I do. What caliber are we talking? And he's like, I need some big shit. Nothing small. Handguns not gonna cut it for what I need. He's like, you know, if you have problems, I can fix them. And he's like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I'm kind of the type where I want to at least attempt to handle the situation on my own. And if I can't, it's cool to have people like you look out for me. It's like, you know, you're like a little brother to me. So if you need help, let me know. And he's like, cool, gotcha. And he was like, oh yeah, already did the thing. So whenever you want to go pick it up, it's there. And he's like, good. And then he hang up. And he like, hey, we about to get some Drakes. We about to get all of that. And he's like, for real? He's like, so we upgrading from little handguns. And he's like, well, we can't say upgrading from little handguns because we only ever had one. And he like, yeah. He starts scratching the back of his head. He's like, yeah, you right. So they tracking back down the hill, you know what I'm saying, out of this area. And then, you know what I'm saying, they get back to their cars, you know what I'm saying, and Casper look, you know what I'm saying, he see a white van. And he's like, oh fuck. Oh, you know, fucking way. Right? So he get in the car. And the moment he get in his car and he sit down, his phone start ringing. He left his phone in the car, like his actual phone in the car. So he see it. He see he got fucking like 4-5 missed calls. And he like, So he pick up, you know what I'm saying, he pick his phone up. You know what I'm saying? Right when he pick his phone up, calls start coming through. And he's like, oh my fucking. So he pick up. And you know what I'm saying? People talking to him. And he like, what do y'all want? And on the other side, you know what I'm saying, you hear Madison, you know what I'm saying? That was basically his mother. And she's like, we just want to talk to you. And you know, he like, we're talking. Like, get to the point. And then, you know, John take the phone from her and he's like, look, listen. You're not gonna talk to her like that. And we not talking over the phone. This is gonna be a face-to-face thing, whether you like it or not. And he's like, oh, whether I like it or not. Oh, am I supposed to still like be scared of you? Because that's not a thing no more. And he was like, I never cared if you was scared of me or not. And he was like, oh, all right. Tough talk from a man that was beating on a child, but like I'm not a little kid no more. And he's like, the fuck you just say to me? So then, you know what I'm saying, the phone gets snatched again, and Madison, she pushed John. She's like, "Stop! You just antagonizing him, right?" So she started, coming from the mother side of things. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to like, well, like I said, like her job is to be able to manipulate his emotions because she is basically his mother figure. So she more, what I'm saying, she's showing off a more timid, feminine energy, more, what I'm saying, more agreeable, saying that, he have the rights to feel the way he feel, what I'm saying. She just wanna see him, make sure he's okay. And he's like, y'all know I'm okay. Y'all know I'm perfectly okay. And, you know, it go quiet because they're like, what is he talking about? And he like, I mean, I grew up having cameras all throughout the house, mics all throughout the house, and I just had to act like I didn't know they was there. So you don't think I will notice when that happens again? And she like, listen, it's not what it seems. And he like, what it seems like is that even though I ran away, I still can't find any type of privacy. So what? Do I need to go further? Do I need to move to a completely different town? And she like, no, it's like just give her a chance to explain it. It'll all make sense. And he's like, you can't make this make sense. You are surveilling me. Why? And then, John, he talked and he's like, if you want to know, and if you like you really, really want to know, come to this address. And you know what I'm saying? He sent him a message to the address, Madison, she started telling him like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? She thought she muted the phone, but like she didn't. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about, John? You know we can't tell him. And he's like, nah, he's old enough. He old enough to know. And then, you know what I'm saying? He listened to that. He like, what the fuck are they talking about? And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Look, um, this is I don't know. This is kind of hard, and that's why I left it for the end of the video, because if the people reach this point, then they'll know. But like this might be the last part for like a week or so. I'm not gonna try to leave for too long, but my mom is like, what I'm saying, having like complications with her health and whatnot, and like that is a situation that I gotta beat her for, and I gotta make sure that that's all right. But yeah, I'm not gonna try to be going too long, and hopefully everything work out like how I want it to, and what I'm saying, it ain't nothing like too crazy that can't be fixed with a little bit of money, and I'll be back to posting regularly, and if what I'm saying, not uh I might do like a community post, or I might fucking stream from my phone and shit, and what I'm saying, just let y'all know the time frame of when I think I'll be back or not. But either way, like hopefully it's not nothing too crazy. And shit, I'm not trying to be going for like fucking a year or some shit, or even like a month or some shit. But if that's what happens, shit is, like you can't control life. Like just like it's weird because now I'm in a place where like I actually feel like making content, and you know my life kind of always kind of end up like that a little bit, where it's like as soon as I set my mind to doing something, a bunch of shit come up and like kind of derail me a little bit. But then again, this is my mother, so like I, I'm gonna have to do this. It is what it is. And shit, this shit. I ain't expected it to hit that hard. I don't even know how to end this video, to be honest. Like, fuck. Hold on. Like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Hopefully, it don't take too long. Yeah, peace.